Hello folks, this is APODino here with another game of Twilight Struggle. I know I've taken a couple of years hiatus from this channel, but life got in the way and I had actually been out of competitive Twilight Struggle for a couple of years, but this is my first game back. I was waitlisted into OTSL, so this is my first game back. I'm playing DP Kaiser, and as you're going to see, this game is a total train wreck. You can see this from this opening hand here. This is a terrible opening hand. I've only got a couple of events that are not even neutral. IP War's good. Olympic Games is the obvious headline here, but I mean, De Gaulle's bad, Sokov's bad. I have no 4-ups. I have to give him blockade. There's just no way around it. This hand is a total disaster. So obviously I'm going to set up 4-4-2 here and headline Olympic Games with nothing better to do here. But as you guys are going to see, I'm post-recording this, by the way, and as you guys are going to see, this game is a total train wreck. And I post this game just to try to tell you all what not to do. Luckily, this is I got my bad game out of the way in this game, and we'll go for it. So, 4-4-2 setup. I headline Olympic Games here. Obviously. And with all the bad Soviet events, I'm just hoping I don't get, and the low ops, I'm just hoping I don't get Red Scare purged here. But as you can see, he headlines Decall, which is a very aggressive and unusual headline for turn 1. I mean, normally with the DEFCON at 5, you don't want to risk being cooed out of Asia. You don't want to risk defectors. So Decall is not something you would normally see headline turn 1. I assumed he had defectors by this headline, but he did not, as you're going to later see. Now, here's the NATO coup of Italy, and he rolls a 4 and knocks me completely out, and I just panic. Right now, I immediately should event to Gaul, get the 1-up, and throw the 3-ups into France. However, I'm worried about access to Italy, which that play would have gotten me, and I completely panic here and make another very bad play. And this, as you're going to see, as I was just in a panic here over both the Decall headline and being cooed completely out of Italy. Which, and coupled with this low ops hand, I'm already on tilt here. So I could Thailand here, which is not really a bad play with the DEFCON at 4, but with the Europe situation, that was not the right play to make. Especially since I still had access to Western Asia through Pakistan and I had IP War, so I didn't need to make that play right away. I should have just thrown the 3-up, evented De Gaulle, let him get the 1-up, and then thrown 3-ups. So now, of course, he's going to Comic-Con right into France. And since now because I didn't event De Gaulle, I lost my access to Italy that way. I'm trying to get access to Italy another way before I worry about West Germany. So I'm just in a total panic here on what to do here. So now I played De Gaulle, though it's too late. And of course, I'm not going to do that because that doesn't gain me anything in France after De Gaulle's evented. So instead, I'm just going to Well, it does give me access to Italy, but I mean, he's going to play into Italy anyways. But somehow I'm thinking I need access to Italy. The damage was already done by not playing De Gaulle turn one, though, and that's pretty much the theme of this first turn. So I'm really in a bind on what to actually do here. I know I'm going to have to discard something to blockade here, either Socialist or De Gaulle. So of course I do play De Gaulle, put one to Austria to try to get access into Italy, and then of course I'm going to take Pakistan with access there and try to get something in Asia. So I give him a choice here between taking Thailand or taking Italy. But he just plays Suez for ops and takes Italy. Not unexpected. So now with Europe a lost cause, I try to turn my attention to both not only Asia but also the Middle East because I'm holding Nasser and I want to somehow get into Libya before Nasser's triggered. So I do play into Egypt for that reason. The problem is I can't compete on an ops war in India since he stuck the one into Burma earlier with that decall op. So of course he spaces Marshall, which is a little unfortunate. So he had a couple of 4-up cards. So now of course I'm going to play Nasser. Or, yep, I'm going to play IP War here. And I do play 1-1, knowing that I'm going to be able to take Libya with the Nasser play later, and I'm also threatening Thailand, which I'm never going to get. But if I can make him think about that, he doesn't have. I could delay him taking India. But of course, he has another 4-up card, NTB, so he's able to not only put ops into India, but also threaten North Korea. Of course, now I'm just going to play into Libya because obviously Vietnam is going to be a turn 7 play. And Southeast Asia is already in bad shape anyways from the decall headline and the fact that I had no ops. So EEU, that's really not going to matter to him too much. So he plays EEU, and he just spreads into Europe. Obviously, plays into Spain to guard both against me getting country count and also against Brush War later on. So I lose one on mill ops. So I'm only down one, but as you can see, I'm in trouble in Asia, I'm in trouble in Europe, and Middle East isn't great either. So of course I draw Europe here. I draw defectors. This is not a terrible hand. Having D-stall is nice, and I'm not, with blockade gun. I know I'm going to be able to hold D-stall through the reshuffle, so I know he's not going to get D-stall. So I purge here, and even CNS. I mean, I could have defected, but I wanted to hold defectors for the next turn. And with the me not having any other 4-up cards and the ops disparity, I needed to do something to catch up. So he punts Truman safely. And with the DEFCON at 4, coups me out of Pakistan. Which is going to put pressure on me because now I have a dilemma. Do I play back into Pakistan? Do I coup Egypt and lose mill ops? With me not having a 4-op too, I need to somehow turn India in my or Asia in my favor here. So I know I'm going to have to. I know Europe's a lost cause. And I played to Pakistan here. Um, the problem that I have here is I know he's got the China card. So the question. So I ultimately played into India, and I played down into the Philippines there, or is it the Philippines? I always forget those two countries. But so now he drops Asia before I can even it up. So there's nothing really I could do there. So that puts me in a real bad shape. Now I probably need to go all. So now I'm thinking I need to get the Middle East somehow in my favor. And I know I'm going to give him Europe, so I'm going to have a big disadvantage going into the mid-war. But I also need to focus on setting myself up for the mid-war so that way I can use the mid-war countries to flip the advantage around. Now he dropped Asia, so he gave me the coup here. So I'm going to take the coup on Egypt. So I take the coup on Algeria here instead of Egypt. And the reason I took the coup on Algeria was with that in mind to set up for the mid-war. Of course, the one mistake that I make with this is by doing this, I allow him to, and I didn't think about this, but I allow him to punt CIA for free, which honestly is probably the least of his worries right now, to be honest. So I play in Lebanon. I'm just trying to get a dom in the Middle East here. Just trying to get a dom in the middle. Here, get something and some positive momentum here. So he opts Fidel, and now he does throw one into Pakistan. So I throw two in there. I'm thinking, okay, you're under purge. If you want Pakistan, you're going to have to give up the China card to take it. So that's kind of what happens here is Opswar, of course, I'm going to give him AI War, which I don't really like, but damage is mitigated. He doesn't hit it, but he gets. We both got our mill ops. and I'm going to have to drop Europe turn 7. So, but I'm unable to overprotect Pakistan. So if he wants to flip Pakistan with the China card, he can do so. But he's going to dump five. But his last two cards are 5-year plan of Middle East, so he's going to dump Middle East on 5-year plan, which is another unfortunate thing for me. And now, of course, I have to drop Europe for 7. And so very bad string of luck. And so I draw Romanian containment independent red. So I know he's got UN intervention. U.S. Japan. So I'm hoping to somehow flip this. But he redrew socialist governments, which is going to put me in a world of trouble now because I've redrawn Europe. And not only at this point, not only is Europe a 7-point, I'm obsolete again. And he's got the China card. He could flip West Germany for Euro control. And so at this point here, he's got presenceless in Europe. So that's unfortunate. I mean, even if I get presence back, it's going to be too many VP. So I've got to compete here. But I'm either going to lose this right now on Euro control, or I'm going to lose it on Europe dominant plus 20 VP. And even if I don't do that, I could just elect to lose this on a held scoring card. But since he's got U.S. Japan, he's not worried about giving me Japan at this point. He's got 4 ops. He'll just throw it into West Germany. Plus, he's got the China card. I know my goose is cooked at this point. So I mean, I've got Asia done, but the damage is done. Yep, and there's the China card. And that's going to actually allow him to take total control of West Germany. Realizing right now that there's no way I can... And I'm trying to come up with a bunch of Hail Mary plays in my head here as to how to address West Germany. At this point, I even considered giving him decall. I mean, I have a containment. Even with the containment headline, I'm obsolete again. And then he's just, of course, going to overprotect. There's nothing I can do at this point at all. So, of course, Fidel, he's not interested in that. He's just going to overprotect. And since there's no way I can possibly break West Germany at this point, I just resign my fate and GG it and score Europe and throw the towel in. And now I'm just congratulating my opponents. And this was a total butt kicking. And as you can see, this is one of these games where everything that went against that. It's one of those games where everything that went against me, that could possibly go against me, went against me. Magnified by my misplay of De Gaulle turn 1. I probably should have headlined Defectors instead of Purge turn 2, so I had a 4-up card, but you live and learn. Anyways, after this game, I had a second game. I didn't record that because it was played on an iPad, but I was the US player again and I won. Ended up headlining Marshall, which got me Europe Dom, and I never was really challenged there. Um, Asia became a battle, and then it looked like he was going to get Africa Dom, but with a combination of Voice of America, Bear Trap, and ABM, I was able to flip Africa. And even though the game went to final scoring, it never felt like I was going to lose that game after turn 4. So I'm now 1-1. Hopefully, better things to come. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll talk to y'all in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.